Hello? Are we working?
You were looking so good to me the night we met. I could not see how deep you were, penetrate my heart. Now that some time has passed, you make me feel it was meant to last. I never wanna be apart. Oh no. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Hello?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh God, I forgot to do something.
When do I wanna love you? When do I wanna see you? When do I wanna love you?
Every day.
When do I wanna see you?
All the time. Shout out to the room. Tony Rasan, do you walk into my house and you're shaking your head? Hi, Tony. I don't know why you're shaking your head, but I love you back. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday. This was another Mondayest day of the week, aside from the actual day, if you know what I'm saying. I hope you had a good day, but I'm glad you're here, and I can't wait for our guests to walk in here. But until then, it's just me and you.
Finally, a show with an array of topics. I mean, she talks about it all. The Natasha Simona Sequence, Evening Edition, begins now.
Shout out to the room. Shout out to the room. Toby, don't play with me. I saw what you just wrote. Shout out to the room. File in here, everybody. File in here. Shout out to the room. Shout out to the entire room. Hello. Oh, Declan is here. Declan says, Natasha, do you want to have a quick chat? I can't. I'm like rushing through the show to get, you know what, Declan, cam up really quickly. Oh, I can only do 2 minutes because then I got to breeze through these headlines and our guest is coming in here soon. So everybody quickly grab your drinks. The bar is open. I've got 2 bartenders today because my day was insane. Oh, I got to fix my situation here. My day was insane and I just knew that I wanted to have 2 bartenders here for support. So Declan, if you're still here, I can cam you up like right now very quickly because I do want to touch base with you and see how your day was and see if you got anything accomplished from what we talked about this morning. Hello? Mess Williams says, I'm keeping my shoes on if that's okay. It is never okay because you were outside and you can't come in here with your shoes on. No shoes on. That is not okay. There's still poop on the bottom of your shoe. Hello? Shout out to everybody. It's a Wednesday. Today was a very heavy, hectic day for me. Very productive, but my God, if I didn't go from one phone call to the next, to the next, to the next for hours, no joke. Let's cam up Declan and see how his day went. Declan is our friend from this morning. Check in. So while Declan is camming up, I want you all to go get yourselves drinks, take your shoes off, get comfy. Get comfy because we have the relationship expert, the relationship scientist, coming in this very shortly. Declan, hi there in the dark.
How's it going?
It's going good. So I want to know, how was your day?
How was my day? I listened to a motivational woman called Natasha.
Hello?
I went into a few spots and seeing if they had a few jobs and then showing them what is it? I can't remember what the thing is when you show them when you get a job. What is it called?
A resume?
Well, you might call it a resume over there in America, but I think it's called like I can't remember the actual word, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. You've
Like
got to show.
the paper with your
Yeah,
job history?
yeah, and you like all the stuff on the paper and stuff like
Uh-huh.
that. I can't remember the actual UK word for it, but yeah. I mean, yeah, man.
Okay.
I went into this food place and stuff, and then they said like they'll ring my number and stuff, and yeah.
Let's give you something right here. And then you deserve.
Come on,
Yeah, okay, so do
come
they call
on.
it a cover a CV over there?
Yeah,
CV?
CV. Yes, Summer. CV. That's it. That's the one. A CV.
My back channel, my back office girl, and I see one more person in the chat. Send that. Thank you, thank you, everybody. My back office girl, she hit that button real quick. Okay, so you did that, and how do you feel? Do you feel hopeful and encouraged?
Do you know what? Right, I didn't speak about everything before, so obviously, like, I get like benefits and stuff, and that's just stopped. But even if I had a job, like if I had a job, then like the benefits would stop anyways. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like, it doesn't really matter if like because I'm getting a job, like what I'm saying, like the government money would have stopped anyway. So it doesn't really matter. I need to get off that and then like become an actual man, getting actual money to live off. At the moment, I'm surviving, not living. Do you know what I'm saying?
I do.
Do
I
you know what I mean?
love this.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people on this chat can relate to me too. So
Absolutely.
yeah, man. If anyone wants to speak, you're never alone. You know, like
I love the fact that you are self-aware. You're ready to step into your manhood properly. And I really appreciate, I genuinely appreciate the fact that you allowed me and everybody here and Rick Party, because he came up with you too. You allowed us to pour into you, right? And you actually did the things that we suggested. So I appreciate that, and I'm
I
happy. I am happy.
thank you. I appreciate you too.
Like,
Like
I want to hug you right now, but
I
you're
wanna hug you
12,000
too.
miles away from me.
I know. It's not good, is it? I
No,
know.
that's okay. So listen, I know it's 3 o'clock in the morning over there. What time is it there?
Yeah, it's about 3 o'clock in the morning,
It's
around that time. Yeah.
it's about 3 o'clock in the morning. So I want you to get proper sleep. I want you to feel good,
Oh,
and I want.
don't worry. I'm awake. I've been on the phone to my girlfriend for like 7 hours, and then I seen you go live, and then I'm like, yo, I gotta join this. I'll ring you back in a sec.
Oh, well, send her my love, and hopefully
Wow.
one day we can meet her.
Official. It's pretty much 3 o'clock in the morning, brother. But yeah.
Okay. Well, go on. I'm gonna get through the rest of the evening show, and I hope to see you soon. Okay, like
Yeah.
for
Well,
real.
no. Obviously, yeah. Honestly, have you ever come to the UK before?
Never, but I am like I can't wait to get there.
Yeah. I mean, do you know what it is, right? Obviously, while I'm in the dark, 'cause it's like 12:15 in the morning for me. I'm not in
Mhm.
America. What we speaking about then, Natasha?
In the morning when I
Um, oh my God, no, we're just talking about something I can't remember.
oh well, right now I was gonna let you go back and relax while I get the rest of the show going for the evening edition.
Yeah, I can't remember, but yeah. Oh yeah, I think we're talking about the UK. Yeah, you're coming down to the UK. I can't go to America because I've got a criminal record, so I could never fly to America in my life.
Are you serious?
No, I can never go to America
Well,
ever.
I'll. How about this? I'm gonna bring America to you. I'm gonna bring myself. I'm gonna bring my kids. I'm gonna bring Rick Party, and I'm gonna bring my back office girl, and I'm gonna bring a couple of other friends that's here live, and we're gonna plan something. And the Natasha Simona sequence is gonna come to the UK, and we're gonna bring America to you. Okay?
Wow,
Yeah.
that's some realness there. You sure you want to do that?
Man, listen, you keep being who you are, and you keep going in a positive motion, and I'll do anything and everything that I can to make sure that I make your world happy, but you got to make sure you make my world happy too, okay?
I'm gonna make both our worlds happy
All
because
right.
you make a lot of people happy. But I'm gonna let you go, and
Okay.
I'm gonna let you do the rest of your wonderful show, and
Thank
then
you.
I'm gonna tell you to have a nice rest of the day, and I'm gonna go watch things on YouTube and go to sleep.
Okay.
And then hopefully when I wake up tomorrow, you'll probably be alive again. So
I
I'll
will
just
be.
join again.
I will be. And before you go to sleep, just say a nice prayer, okay?
I will.
Okay.
I'll do that for you. I'll do that for you.
Do it for us.
I'll do it for everybody.
Yes. Okay.
You yourself, you have a nice rest of the day. What time is it over there?
It's 6:17 p.m. here in Los Angeles.
Oh, you're in LA. Wow, what a beautiful place.
Yes. Thank you, Declan. Okay, well, I'm going to go because I got to get through this because the doctor was coming on soon.
Oh, okay, no worries. You
Okay.
have a nice day.
Thank
Everyone
you, Declan.
Thanks for everything, Natasha. Seriously. Big up yourself.
Absolutely.
Big up yourself.
Thank you.
Nice day.
And stay strong.
Sorry for talking too much. I'll see you in a bit.
That's okay. You're fine. I talk a lot too. I got you. All right. I'll talk to you later.
See you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Shout out to Declan. I am so excited to hear his progress. That makes me really happy, and it makes me happy to know that, you know, he trusted the information that I was able to give to him when Rick Party cammed up, and he poured, you know, some life into him and all of us here because he was reading all of the comments. So don't we feel like Declan is now our little brother, right? At least I'm not the youngest one here anymore. Hello? I just want to say shout out to Declan and shout out to all of us. I want to say a special shout out. We're doing something different today. Thank you so much to Rick Party. We are streaming on Clubhouse. So I want to say hi to everybody on Clubhouse. However many of you is in the room, I cannot see. So I'm trusting that it is a packed house. There's like 5,000 people in there. You got the comments going and you all are behaving yourself over there. It's probably like 3 people. But shout out to everybody on Clubhouse. If you are here watching me live on Instagram and you don't want to be tethered to your phone and you want to go do some other stuff, if you've got like the ADD motions that I get when I'm online and I don't want to be stuck to Instagram, you can go to Clubhouse because we are live on Clubhouse. So shout out to my team. Rick Party, he's something else with the technology and figuring stuff out. Shout out to you. Thank you. All right. I just missed. Oh boy, I just missed something. Okay, here we go. Everybody, real quick before Dr. Ryeal comes in here, the relationship scientist. I just want to say I had a conversation with him earlier, and I'm so giddy and excited to meet him. Like here, you know, the conversation was over the phone, but there's a lot that we were talking about. I was like, hey Doc, we could be talking about this on the show. You're ruining it. And he starts laughing. So let's get through some headlines. But before I go there, I hope you all have your drinks. Let's take a first sip. Let's all sip together. I don't know what all of you got, but I'm drinking matcha. Oh my God. Oh, that was so hot. It's like burning my pipes. Hold on. Let's do it again though. That hurt so good. That heat was so good. Let's do it one more time. Oh, it's so. Oh, I made this kind of special today. What did I put in here? It's so good. I want to keep going. Anyway, let's get through some of these headlines, and while we wait for Dr. Ryeal to get in the building. Rick, I don't know if you can really multitask with all of what you've got going on, but can you let me know when Dr. Ryeal gets into the room? Oh, are my chats frozen, or are you all's not talking? Oh, okay. I did something wrong. Okay. Oh boy, then that means I missed a whole lot of comments because I was stuck. All right, anyway, here we go. Well, I don't know if you all heard, but Walmart is probably raising their prices because there's too many people stealing. Let me go to the right cue here. A lot of people, there's a lot of organized robbery going on. And Walmart might be raising its prices and also closing its stores. So, there we go. So prepare for that. The world's cheapest store is now about to be out of control. Dr. Ryeal is here. The doc is here. The doc is here. Okay, well, so much for headline news. Okay, wait. There's more. Wait, there's one more. I got to do this one because this is special to me. I want to shout out DeMarco Morgan. DeMarco Morgan and I used to run around in the Brooklyn streets, and he is working his way up through these anchor seats. And he sat in today for TJ Holmes over on Good Morning America 3, also known as GMA 3. DeMarco, I am so proud of you. I am so happy for you. Your light is shining ridiculously bright. I'm always rooting for you. And I'm just saying, dear GMA, while you got DeMarco over there, my name is Natasha Simona. My bags are packed and ready to come back to New York. I'm a native New Yorker. I can speak to the people over there. I can speak to the people all over the world, clearly. As you can see, we have somebody from London, the UK, that just came here. Hello? But I won't further use this moment to let you know how amazing it would be to sit next to DeMarco Morgan on GMA3. But shout out to my friend DeMarco Morgan that filled in this morning. Hello. And for all of you that are still eating McDonald's, I can't get away from their fries. Shout out to everybody on the Transform with Tosh. Thursday and Friday, they'll be selling their double cheeseburgers for 50 cents. I'm not a cheeseburger fan anymore, but I'll tell you more about that. If that's your jam, go buy them up. It's for their, it's a promotion. Season of sharing promotion. And it's all the way through December to whomever that applies to. I will not judge. Now, everybody, I don't know if you need a refill on your drinks, but go walk over to the bar quickly. Dr. Ryeal, I hope you've taken your shoes off because this is a no shoes in the house policy. No shoes in the studio policy, excuse me. Dr. Ryeal is he's known as a relationship scientist. He's a neuropsychologist, a relationship expert, a sex expert, a professional matchmaker, motivational speaker, dating coach, marriage counselor, and he has a passion in analyzing the neuroscience of love. This conversation is about to get real good. Yeah, get your popcorn, get your drinks, and let's get into it. Because right now, let me see. How come I can't find him? Let me see. Oh, there he goes. All right, he's taking his shoes off, and he's walking over right now.
The Natasha Simona Sequence, Evening Edition. Tonight's special guest. He's a neuropsychologist, relationship, body, and language expert, also a sex expert. And of course, he's a speaker. The one and only Dr. Ryeal Sims.
Here we go. Doc, that was your cue to hello? Where's the doctor? The doctor didn't walk in the door? Oh, he had a hole in his socks. I don't think so. It's got to be something else. I don't know. Hold on. Let me ask my security if he recognized him downstairs. Did you see Dr. Ryeal downstairs? Did you let him up in the elevator? Yes. I don't know. Call downstairs and see if Dr. Ryeal is here, please. My security Ralph is getting the doctor. So everybody just sit tight. As the security is bringing up the doctor from downstairs. Oh, there he goes. Thank you so much for putting him in the express elevator. Hello?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Welcome to the Natasha Simona Sequence.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me.
You sound wonderful.
Oh, thank you. And you sound
great.
wonderful.
Thank you. Don't get shy on me now. Don't get all quiet. How was your day?
I had a wonderful day. It was pretty busy, but it was a wonderful day. Great day. Excellent day.
Okay, well, listen, from our phone call earlier today, I've been like, oh my God, I don't even know where to start with you. and how to get going because you cover a lot. You cover body language. So let me hold on a second, because by the time I'm finished with you, I would hope that my security is fighting off a few guys who have my size 6.5, 7 ring waiting. Okay. For those of you who, that was your cue. Dr. Ryeal, you said to me, you listened to my show. You said, we got to get you right. You said, but I think you're on the right path. I took a break. We talked about, really understanding yourself before you jump in the pot and go continue searching. You talked to me about my girlfriend that I talked about this morning who keeps running into the same people over and over again. But I got to be honest with you. This time of year, are you overwhelmed with people jumping back, going to their exes because it's the holiday season and people are lonely and cold?
Absolutely.
It's cuffing season.
Absolutely. And, they also think or feel that they're not going to have anybody. They're not going to meet anybody. So they definitely go back to their ex for that moment, hoping that they can experience some love during the period of Christmas. And especially the number one is New Year's, right? And also hoping that, hey, if I hook back up with them on New Year's, everything would be great. And we could start the whole new year all over again. So, yeah.
So you mean to tell me the 6 years that I spent working on me, I shouldn't go call my ex and say, you know what, let's just forget the 10 years of hell.
Absolutely not. You don't want to waste all of that hard work that you just did for 6 years to actually detox yourself, to get that person out of your system, right? And once you get that person out of your system, it's time to venture into a whole new relationship arena. So absolutely.
When did you, I want to get into you. I want to get into the psychology of the doctor really quickly. When did you realize that you had a knack and passion for love, relationships, and people joining their hearts together? Did something happen to you for you to want to get into this?
Yeah, absolutely. It was, you're in a relationship and you experience the breakup and you want to know why me? Why would you do this to me? Right. And I was pretty interested in wanting to really know why we do what we do and why did we feel the pain that we feel when we're in relationships. And a band that I used to sing in, we were all writers, and our duty was to go and write some fast dance music, right? And I was always handing in love theme type songs. And they'd be like, man, what's up with all this love stuff, right? Because I was just so curious, and I was also I just wanted to know more about love and what's really going on. So from there, yes, I went to school, and did the relationship coaching and everything, but it just wasn't enough because I really couldn't really explain why we do what we do. I could tell you what we do and I could tell you how to prevent this, but I really wanted to know why. And as a scientist, I've always been interested in science all my life. I've always been into the science fairs in grammar school and high school. I was always the person that wanted to know, how does the toaster work? My family used to drop off things, it was broke and they were like, hey, here, try to fix it, right? So I always wanted to know how this thing works. And
so you go from wanting to know how the toaster works to how the heart beats and why the heart, yeah.
Absolutely.
Why do you think, listen, I'm the sacrificial lamb here. So I will use myself as the example to help other people watching and listening. So I was cheated on really badly, like a video game, Doc. It was horrible. He just kept doing it and doing it and doing it. What happens to the brain when people cheat? And what happens to the heart when the other party takes them back over and over and over again?
Yeah. Well, you do have one that like multiple mates in their lives. And, we have so many different type of relationship styles now. We've heard, polyamory, polygamy, all of this, right? So the person that's actually receiving that pain from the other person, that's actually dealing with being hurt, what's really going on inside, we're experiencing pain. And when we say we hurt, it's real. When we're saying we hurt, so people don't really understand what that means when we say we hurt. We're actually experiencing the same amount of pain as if you were being hit by a bat.
So it's true people can die from a broken heart.
Oh, absolutely. Takotsubo cardiomyopathy is definitely a real thing.
Oh, what did you just say?
Takotsubo cardiomyopathy. It's a real thing.
Let's do this together.
Takotsubo. Oh, depending on if you're Takotsubo cardiomyopathy.
Cardio?
Mm-hmm. Cardiomyopathy.
Takotsubo cardiomyopathy.
Mm-hmm.
Back office girl, write that in the most phonetic way you can so I can know how to say it. Takotsubo, hello?
Yeah, Takotsubo. Now you got me going. Takotsubo cardiomyopathy.
Okay.
So what's happening is it's real about heartbreak, and we die from that. Have you ever heard when somebody, a loved one that died, and then 6 weeks later, significant other dies, or
my
a week later?
My grandfather died May 2005, and 3 months later, my grandmother died.
Absolutely, and most likely that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, we all believe. I believe she died from a heartbreak.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we don't talk about it. That's why it's so important for us. We just don't really talk about that topic. And I think it's really important for us to understand that, because our friends and sisters and aunties and uncles, right, brothers and best friends are going through this, but we never talk about it. When we have these relationship conversations, we never talk about pain and what's really going on in the heart and in the brain too as well. So there's a part that's in our brain, the the ACC, and that's the anterior cingulate cortex. And that part of the brain is associated when I get hit in the arm with a bat, but that same part of the brain is associated with emotional pain. So it's the same. It's the same pain. It's like, hey, either way, getting hit by a bat or, breaking up with somebody, you're experiencing pain. What do we do when we break up with someone? We go in the room, we go by ourselves, and we do what?
Cry.
Absolutely.
Because bang our head on the wall, rip our hair out, grit our teeth.
Absolutely. 100%. Because we're actually feeling pain. We can feel the pain. And it's the same exact brain region. And we're discovering that there's other pain brain regions too as well. But that's the main one that we know definitely is associated with emotions. And it hurts. It hurts to break up with the person. Absolutely. And that's why sometimes we tend to go back. And one of the reasons is, yes, I hope we can get back together and I hope we can work this out. But actually, too, I want to get rid of this pain. I want to stop this pain. And we don't realize that that's what we're doing. We're actually saying, I want to stop this pain. I don't want this pain.
So let me ask you a question. What kind of techniques can you share with us to do when, the other person says, but I've changed? How long do we wait before we explore possibly going back, or do you not advise people to go back and just move forward?
Well, it really depends on the relationship. It really depends on the kind of relationship, right? If it's an abusive relationship, if you're being beat on, I mean, I don't recommend that, right? If it's just a heated argument where we break up because of disagreements, or the person wants to dominate the conversation all the time, right? When they realize too what's going on with self, and actually get help, right? And that they're actually serious about getting help. Well, you still have to do the same thing when you first met the person. And you still have to evaluate this relationship if you're going to give it another second chance. Don't jump right into it and give hope as, yeah, we're gonna start right now and start all over. No. You have to do the exact same thing, just as if, you just met the person again. And meaning you have to use those necessary tools that you have, those tools that you learned to evaluate whether a person should be in your life or not, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So in the books, I know earlier I said, Doc, are you have a PhD, and you said D's. Put some respect on the doctor's name. He said, I got PhDs. Said I might go back for another one.
Yeah.
So in these books, you spent a lot of time, spent a lot of money obtaining these PhDs that you got. In any of your findings, is there a number of weeks, days, years? I told you I've spent the last 6 years healing and rebuilding myself, and I'm ready to kick in the door, waving the 4-4. I want a husband, doctor. So I did 6 years, being single for 6 years. Now, of course there was, very few people in between that I used, would entertain very light conversations with, but no relation, no, there was one, in all fairness, there was one that was very unique, very different. But that's a whole nother story. But how long do you advise for us to take a break and rebuild ourselves before we dip our toe back in the dating waters?
Yeah. I try not to say a certain time, right? Because it's different for each individual person, right? And it's very important to make sure that you're doing your homework before you venture back out into the relationship arena. And I think it's very important to understand the steps to see if you're ready or not. And understanding, what does it mean of loving self? What does it mean of getting myself back? What does it mean when you are taking time to love one and love everybody else as well? Because sometimes we don't love other people, right, when we're going through that, right? So it's really important for us to, and in order to do that, you have to do what? You have to know who. You have to know self.
Yeah. So
you have to know self.
So wait, Doc. Okay, so let me ask you this. So, okay, all right, okay, hold on, because I'm about to share something to you. You got to be ready for this. And some people in the room. So I did a celibacy run twice. First time was 2 years. The second time was 3 years. What about the people who say, I don't want you test driving this car before we're married, versus the people who are like, I'm test driving the car on the first night, AKA knocking boots? Are you, they said you were the sex expert. So I want to know. I'm dipping my toe back in the dating water, Doc. So I'm asking these questions, but low key, you're kind of giving me some advice. I just reactivated my subscription over on Hinge. I've got a boy in my inbox, and it's somebody I grew up with. Hello. So I'm just trying to understand what to do and what not to do.
Yeah. I think it's really important to take your time and really evaluate your list. And what I mean by that is what you're really looking for, right? To see if that person at least has the potential, right, to be hired. Because what I tell women is that you're actually the employer. Us men, we're interested in trying to get the job. So in that case, you have to understand how you're going to, interview the person. But when it comes to the sex, you got to be careful because, some people say, hey, I want to try it out first. And I get it, because some people have experienced being with someone that did not please them sexually. Right. And then there's some that say, hey, I just want to wait. And the thing is just in that middle thing, it's so important to understand how strong sex can manipulate our decision.
Can you talk to me about that? Like why, like for me, I don't know, this might discourage some of the boys to my inbox, and that's okay. I don't care. I'm not like, okay, Doc, I don't know how far we can go here.
Oh, we can go as far as you want.
Hello? Now here's the deal, Doc, and I'm just going to talk to you directly. I'm not going to look at the comments. I'm going to look you in your face. And I'm going to say this with a straight face. You can't make me laugh. You can't make me laugh.
Okay.
So, Doc, listen. I'm a little freak in the sheets,
Yeah.
Doc.
Yeah.
However, only with the person. I really can't give myself away to just these randoms. Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Sex is very sacred to me. Making love is very personal to me.
Absolutely.
I really love kissing. Like there's a language in kissing when we put our lips together, when our tongues meet each other. Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
There's something about inhaling his exhale that just does it. And I don't want to share that with everybody. Right?
That's right.
And so when I hear stories from men and women, even some of my girlfriends, now, so all of yous in here, I'm not judging you, but I just don't understand giving yourself away to everybody. And it's like, like, what is it? What is the am I broken? Or like, is there a right or wrong to this?
No, actually what you're
Do I
experiencing.
fall in love too quickly? What is wrong with me?
Nothing's wrong with you. I mean, just like you're saying, that you want to have feelings about that person. You want the emotional feelings. That actually is the number one key to good sex. Because if you really don't have the emotions with the physical, you're not really experiencing the real sex. You're not really experiencing the true invention that God gave us to enjoy sex. And I think it's really important to have that feeling, what you're saying.
Like
right?
when I'm in love, I would drink a cup of your spit.
That's right.
Do you know what I'm
That's
saying?
Right.
Like,
yeah,
just,
and it feels
like,
better.
Breathe in my mouth.
Right. And it feels better. And sometimes too, if we really pay attention to our inner self, if we really, really pay attention, we'll realize that feeling that you want is not there with the person. Because sometimes what happens is that we're thrown off by the person's symmetry and golden ratio, how the person looks, how the body looks, right? Or what the person has, or who the person is, right? So we base that on, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it, right? But really, your body is really rejecting it because you don't really feel that, right? You're just doing it, but in reality, you don't really feel that spark. It's like it's just not there. It's just, and what I like about what you're saying is that you will always know, even if you wanted to do it, even if you did it, you will go home probably and go, why did I do that? Because I don't feel anything. The sex was good at that moment, but now that I'm at home, I'm not feeling anything. And what that is actually, if we pay more attention to our inner self is actually talking to us. It's actually helping us. We have this best friend called the amygdala. And that part in the limbic system part of our brain is actually helping us. It's
You better
actually
feed me
detecting.
these medical words. Keep going.
Oh,
Hello?
yes, it's actually detecting. It's helping us. It's our best friend. And what it's doing is it's trying to see if we have chemistry, right? And that's something that we have to pay attention to, the chemistry. What do I feel when I'm with this person? Not just who this person is, you know. So I'm not taking away from social compatibility. I'm a lawyer, you're a lawyer, I'm a doctor, you're a doctor. I like playing football, you like watching football. Yeah. But how do I truly feel when I am with this person? And so we have to be mindful of that. We have to practice mindfulness of how do I feel when I'm with this person? Because the body is actually telling you if it's a match or not. It's doing its own work. So if we listen to our best friend, the amygdala, that's our best friend. It's saying, I got you. Trust me. Trust me, and I have you, but you have to know me and you got to know you. You have to know yourself. That's why it's so important. When you get to the point where you know self, you know instantly when someone is coming to you, someone is, you know, trying to come on to you, somebody, you know instantly, because now you are in tune with self, right? And then self starts working for you. Self is like, hey, I got you. Self is like your girlfriend, you know. Self is like, no. Something that we call human leukocyte antigens, right? And
Wait,
that is when
hold on. What? Read me that word again. Hello?
human leukocyte antigens. And what that is it's part of our DNA. It's part of our major histocompatibility complex. And what that does is it's actually working for us. When two people first come together, our body is doing something on its own.
Yeah, tell me what that is, because doc, when I come together with someone that's like just, you know, because it's a shell, right? So
Yeah.
unless we met online, and I gotta ask you a question about online dating, right?
Yeah.
But when I see someone in the grocery store right in the produce aisle, and I'm picking my basil, and he's over there looking at the oranges, and then we lock eyes, and then we pass each other right by the ginger.
Yeah.
What is that? What is that thing? That
Yeah.
heat. It's like heat.
Yes. And that's when we talk about chemistry.
Mhm.
Chemistry is real. And especially if you're ovulating. So when you're ovulating.
Hello, let me check the calendar. Keep going. Let me see when I'm ovulating.
Yes.
Let me know what to do.
All right. So when you're ovulating, you're releasing a chemical called copulins. And when us men, when we smell the copulins, we also release a chemical called androstenone. And this is how two people end up having sex on the first night. So when we're talking about.
But hold on, Doc. Hold on.
Yes.
Because when a lady is ovulating, that's when she can get pregnant.
Absolutely. And so when you're ovulating, you're sending out signals, not only the pheromone, but you're sending out signals. During ovulation, your pupils are wider when you're ovulating. Your face change. your golden ratio, it change. It alters to try to make you look even more beautiful. And your body change, your waist to hip change, your walk change. When you walk, and you know when women walk with their hips, when you're ovulating, you exaggerate it even more during ovulation. And why? Because it's sending a signal to the men that you're fertile and that you're ovulating and that you are now ready to procreate. See, we don't realize that this is going on in our bodies every cycle and every day.
I don't mean to cut your time here, Doc, but I believe per the calendar I'm ovulating. Excuse me, my husband right now is in Whole Foods.
Absolutely.
That's interesting.
And your voice changed too during ovulation.
Microphone test 1 2 1 2. Shout out to the room. I just want to reset. I'm going to take this moment to exercise my voice so that my audience can let me know if my voice has changed. Thank you to everybody listening on Clubhouse. We've got Dr. Ryeal, the relationship scientist, in the building with us. Thank you to everybody watching the live right now. I hope you're learning as much as I did. And if you can hear the sound of my voice, if you are a reoccurring visitor here at the Natasha Simona Sequence, please let me know if I sound different. Thank you so much. Doc, please
Yes.
continue.
Women in the strip club make more money when she's ovulating.
Good night, everybody. My career is officially over. I am now going to be a stripper by the name of Golden Mommy. Good night.
Yes, yes. It's been many studies too. Many studies
Really?
because she makes more money during ovulation because men, they could sense the frequency of her being ovulated, so they're more interested in her. So one of the studies was, synthetic copulants. They had twins, and they put some copulants on her neck and on her shoulder and on her forearm. So she walked up to a group of guys, right? And I'm sorry, the one that didn't have it walked up to a group of guys. No one really looked at her. No one really paid attention. So then they sent the twin. She stood in the same spot, and all the men turned around, and all the men was like, hey, how you doing? How are you? And so I tell women, hey, if you don't want a lot of men all over you and you go to a club while you're ovulating, that's what you're going to get. You're definitely going to get it, because it's no different than any other living, breathing female creature on this earth. Every female creature does the same thing. So when we see a female canine walk in the streets and the males are running after her, we say she's in what?
Heat.
Absolutely. Exact same thing when it comes to woman. When you're ovulating, you're also letting them know that I am ovulating. So you have your pheromone, and then everything in your body has changed as well.
God, my head is spinning. So, okay. So, Doc, I have to be intentional, okay? I have to be intentional. So now this copulence that you said they put on the women, and so I'm assuming that where it was placed was on the air, the wrist, the neck, the forearm, and that's where the sweat is, right? That's like the sweat gland.
Your sweat glands.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's when the male is also when he's releasing androstenone, and it's also coming through the sweat glands. And where does that happen even more? At a club where we sweat, where we party, and we're letting out many pheromones. Now, I have to say, yes, there are other scientists that debate, this argument, but it's just a crazy debate, because it's just obvious that we have certain smells. If there's someone that's listening right now, that's a couple, if you notice, and if you've ever noticed this, so the couples are in the bed. It's a Saturday. You don't really have to go anywhere. So he gets out of the bed. You're like, well, I'm going to go watch football. You're still in the bed, and you realize that you've gravitated to his side of the bed. And the reason why is because his DNA is on the pillow and on the sheets. So
Not
you
me
move
smiling.
over and
Doc,
you smell his
Doc,
DNA.
stop. We got to stop the story. It's too many flashbacks. So is that why girls like to wear his sweatshirts, t-shirts? Let me tell you,
What's the first thing we do? What's the first thing women do when they break up with the guy, or just, you're still with them? What's the first thing you do when you grab that sweatshirt out of the closet?
I put it to my face and I smell it.
You smell it. Absolutely. That's the first thing you do. And see, as humans, we just don't realize why we do what we do from an eco-biopsychosocial and spiritual point of view. So we smell because we're actually smelling the DNA of our ex. And that's why.
Okay, Doc, I got to tell you a secret. I'm just going to tell you. Don't tell anybody. So my children's father, he's a complete piece of work today. So don't get caught up in the story. But when we first met, way before we had our children, his smell, I could have bottled it up and shoved it up my nostrils. He smells so good. Smelled, past tense with the ED, okay? And
Absolutely.
so, when you're first dating, you just want to be with this person all the time. And what's the best way to keep the memory of this person? Probably an article, the girl's panties or something, or the bra, or his
Yes,
t-shirt, right? And
that's right.
so when I went to his house and I slept over, I said, babe, can you please wear a clean, I didn't want the t-shirt with the, the boys with the yellow stains under their arms from deodorant and
Yes,
stuff. I didn't want that one. I
right.
said, I want you to get a fresh white t-shirt, because that's what he used to wear under his suits, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
said, I want you to wear it all day long. And when
That's
I come
right.
to your house later, I want that t-shirt off of your body. He's like, are you serious? I said, I'm dead serious. So the next day, as we were packing up to leave to go to work,
Mm-hmm.
I put the t-shirt in a Ziploc bag,
Yes,
squeezed the air out of it,
yes,
and kept it sealed. And I would sometimes bring it to work if I knew I wasn't going to see him for a couple of days or whatever.
yes,
And then when I got home, I would take it out and I would
yes.
sleep with his t-shirt on my pillow like a pillowcase.
I'm amazed that you're saying this, because this is something that we have actually, this is something that we've done for an experiment. This is,
Are you serious?
if you look it up, you will see the exact experiment. And this is a party that I give. I give a party once a year. And what I do is have the males to put the handkerchief under their arms and to keep the handkerchief there for the full day, and put it in the Ziploc bag and bring it to the party. And then we separate the bags, and then we have the women to come and to open the bags and see which one she's attracted to when she smells it. And actually, this has become a really big thing, the pheromone parties. So if you Google, you might find, a pheromone party in your city, town, country. So
What?
yeah, I'm surprised that you said that, because it was the first study that one, that everybody, actually, universities and institutes and Neurocore Research Institute.
People
And
in the comments are saying it's more common than I thought I was a weirdo. I'm a
yeah,
lover. I fall in love. I'm a really deep lover. Like, I love all that stuff. And I kept that t-shirt obviously when we moved in together and had our children, there was no need for me to keep this single
right,
t-shirt.
right.
But,
Yeah,
it was just something. So, whenever he would travel for work or whatever. And then, Doc, life happens. Okay. This is the
right,
one that
right.
cheated on me like a video game, Doc. I'm just saying. But,
Yeah,
anyway, moving on from him, but I'm, like I
absolutely.
can't wait to, find my mate again, whose t-shirt I can put in a Ziploc bag and sleep with on my pillowcase.
Absolutely. And so one thing that is important for us to understand when we're out there venturing, when we finally say we're detox, then we'll talk about, some of the things that you should do to detox. But once you realize that, you have to realize too, a match is the opposite DNA. So your DNA is not looking for the same DNA. And I think when we talked about, you mentioned earlier about attracting the same person over and over again. I don't know if you want to mention that, if I mention
We
that.
can,
Then.
because not just for the one friend, but I do have a couple of friends who keep attracting the same person. They go through the same thing, and it's like a cycle. And first of all, it scares me from wanting to date, especially since I've been single for the majority of 6 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
absolutely.
me, just wanting to be loved and to give love. And
Yeah.
I look at my friends who are in these horrible relationships. I've got 2 friends right now going through a divorce. Excuse me, 3, 1 complete, 2 on the way.
Yeah.
Current, it
Right.
scares me, because I feel like, are we doomed? What do I do? Finding the same people over and over. And I'm like, that person is like your ex-husband. That person is like the same person that was like your ex-husband. What happens there, and what's going on psychologically?
Yeah. Repetitive behavior. And in that, psychologically, repetitive behavior, and neurologically and biologically, it's when we have not detoxed from the person. So it's no different than, a drug addict, right? So when the drug dealer goes to jail, does the drug addict stop taking drugs because his drug dealer went to jail? No, he's going to go out and he's going to look for what?
Another dealer.
Another dealer, right? Because the body is still yearning for that drug. So what happens is when we use the term, why do I keep attracting over and over? Most of the time, you're really not attracting. You're seeking. You're going out to seek someone like your ex, whether it be a good relationship or a bad relationship, because we aren't detoxed from that person. So the body is yearning for something similar to that person. And that's why we end up with someone similar to our last boyfriend. And it's looking for the personality, it's looking for the DNA. It's looking for a lot of things, but it's working on its own. That's why you got to tell yourself and the body and nope. I am going to detox. It's no different than taking someone to a bakery and that person is on a diet from donuts and they're looking at the donuts. And what do you think is happening at the time that that person is looking at those donuts?
They're imploding.
Absolutely.
Doc, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna buy the donut. I'm gonna buy that Boston cream donut. Hello? And then I'm gonna go work it off.
See, you gotta stop. You cannot touch that donut.
No, do you know how good Boston cream donut is? The cream in the middle, and you just.
I heard about it.
Me, sorry, hold on.
I heard about it.
You don't know what a Boston cream donut is, Doc?
I have not. I have not tried it yet.
Why? Because you don't eat donuts, or you don't have a Dunkin' Donuts?
No, yeah, I do. Matter of fact, I think somebody, someplace here in California, so-called, and someone told me, he was like, no, that's not the original.
Doc, I have a Dunkin' Donuts near my house. Not too much on my location, but
yeah.
Now that I know we're not that far, I'm bringing you a Boston cream donut. We're gonna eat it together. I'm very weird when I eat mine, so I can't eat it too close. You can't watch me while I eat my Boston cream donut.
Oh, okay.
So whole nother conversation. I might have to go for the After Dark show, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes, absolutely.
So we're gonna put that on the calendar. I got to bring the doc a Boston cream donut. So
yes.
So okay, so you're saying self-control, restraint, and how. So you mentioned this detox, and I know a lot of people in here are very anxious to know, how long is this detox? Like, what is an average recommended time?
Well, again, it's when that person has no effect on you ever again. And how would you know that? If you realize that you're not thinking about the person anymore, if somebody mentions the person, it doesn't do anything to you anymore. If you see his friends, it's not doing anything anymore. If you're
do
going
one of these
down,
numbers?
Do you get rid of the numbers?
No, you just roll your eyes like.
Yeah, you can let him know. You can let him know. I don't feel anything anymore, right? But it's important that you definitely go through that process and making sure, because it's, all it takes is the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis is just being touched, and touching the skin. Soon as somebody touches the skin, it's like, hey, oh, that's John. The body knows John. So as soon as John touches you, that's
don't think
it.
You could get away with that word.
The hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. That's something that we have our central nervous system, but we also have it in our skin as well. So our central nervous system telling us how we should breathe, our heart rate and everything, right? But our skin also detects how someone touch us and whom touch us, right? So if whoever touches us, if it's our ex, right? And the skin sends the signals to our vagus into our hippocampus. Our hippocampus is our memory bank, right? And it tells us. Yeah, the hippocampus is where we store information. So it's where we store short-term and long-term information. So that hippocampus is just like, a filing cabinet where we file all of our events, right?
Yes.
And so when something happens, it could activate those memories. And when it activates those memories, it's telling us, oh, this is John. So as soon as John touched you, there's a lot of people have said, man, I thought I was over him. He came over to pick up his sweatshirt. He touched me on the back and said, hey, I really miss you. And not only touched, but he also touched and then also said, Natasha, I really miss you.
Hello?
And then the voice, the frequency of the voice goes in and the touch goes in and it activates our VTA, our ventral tegmental area, the caudate nucleus part of the brain, which is our pleasure center. And so it activates that all over again. So
Doc,
I recommend that you try as
stay
best
away.
as possible to stay away, because your body is, you still have that, you know, that person is in you. So when we talk about love, check this out. When we talk about love, we're talking about giving and receiving. But what are we giving when we love each other? What are we giving?
All of this, from the top of my head to the depths of my soul to the bottom of my feet, baby. All of it.
Absolutely. You're giving drugs.
Hold on, Doc. Hold on. Because I think
You're giving drugs.
I think I am the drug, baby. Excuse me, Natasha.
That's
Simone
right.
is the drug. Doc, hold on. I think you're gonna be proud of me here. So, okay. So I'm about to tell you something personal. So just me and you, just
All right.
listen up.
All right, go ahead.
So I told you I went on the 6 years done with the kid's dad. That was my last relationship. That was my last relationship. And
Yes.
he came to California last year to spend some time with the kids. And the very first time I saw him, it was 5 years since we'd seen him. This is 6 years. Last year was 5. So we hadn't seen him in 5 years. Okay. I'm speaking for myself now. So I'm just giving you a small backstory. And, nothing happened. My heart didn't beat 50,000 times faster. My palms weren't sweaty. My eyes weren't googly. And let me tell you something, Doc. This is a good-looking man. He's 6'3",
Yes.
219 pounds.
Yes.
He's a something. He's something to look at. But it did nothing for me. And he smelled really good. He always smells good. And so
But it did nothing.
he walked over to us, and the first thing he did was hug the kids. And I just stepped to the side. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're done.
Right.
And so the kids hugged him, and I wasn't expecting to hug him. Do you know what I'm saying, Doc? You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Absolutely.
And he looked at me with those bedroom eyes of his. He said, and he smiled, those white teeth, and his little red face. And he said, "Hi, Natasha." And I looked up, because I'm only 5'5", so I looked up at him.
Yeah.
I said, "Hello there." And I smiled. And he walked closer to me. And he just scooped me into him. And he held me tight. And I could feel his heart beating.
Yeah.
But my heartbeat did not match his anymore.
Wow. I am so proud. That is awesome.
I was very proud of myself. And so, his time was here. He was here for a week. And but I will say this. On the very last day he was here, we took the kids to school together. And we came back to my apartment. And as he was leaving, as he was leaving, he looked at me. And, there was times in between we went shopping. We did things together like a family. We went to eat. We watched movies. I have vertigo, so I was having an episode, so he took care of me like old times.
Right.
He let me sleep.
Yeah.
And nothing happened, Doc. My heart didn't beat faster. Nothing. And now here we are on the last day. There's no kids around, so there's no distraction or anything.
That's right.
It's just me and him.
Right.
And he had to go catch his flight. And I'm looking at him, and he's looking around. And he said, I'm gonna be here for you. And I said, thank you. Thanks for stepping up to the plate. You've been an ass for a very long time.
Yes.
And he came closer to me. And he's the only person I'll ever allow to touch my face. And He held my face in his hands, and I just looked up at him. I said, "What the hell are you doing?" And he goes, "How about we try for that girl?" I said, "No, thank you." And he stepped back, and I looked at him, and I said, "You got to go get your flight. This is LA." And he gave me a hug, and he kissed me right on my forehead. And you know, Doc, the forehead kisses are the best, right?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
And I just took a deep breath, and I said, "Thank you." And he walked out of my door. And Doc, I sat on the floor, and I cried for like an hour. And then I called him to make sure he got to the airport on time.
Right.
And I got up, I took a shower, and I looked myself in the mirror, and I called him, and I said, "Thank you." And when I hung up that phone, I never saw him after that. We haven't seen him again. But I was fine.
Wow.
I was fine. And in that
Wow.
moment,
That is totally cool.
It made me realize that
is great.
I was done.
Yes. So you see, everybody who's listening, that's the testimony. That is how you know I am totally detoxed from that person. When that person could not say, touch, or do anything to make you fall back into that person's arms.
But I tell you one thing, Doc. I sorry, I know I cut you off, Doc. Dear
Yes.
Abdul, his name is Abdul. You feel free to Zelle me or cash at me a couple of $1,000s. I'm just saying. But anyway, Doc, please continue. All right, just a little PSA there. Go on. Second off, everybody.
Right.
Yeah, you know what? And I'm going to be serious to add to what you're saying. It was in that moment I realized that, and I was actually very proud of myself. Now, to everybody wondering, well, why did you cry? There's a lot, when you have children with somebody, when you spend a substantial amount of time, and I spent 10 years of my life with this person. We have 2 children. It's a lot. And I was in that moment, I was very proud of myself. But the realization, when you realize that you are completely over a situation, can also be hurtful, or maybe hurtful isn't the word. Doc, maybe you can help me out. But for me, it was the realization that I have completely detoxed, in your word. There's nothing left of me romantically. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying?
It was a lost, that cry, it's part of the grieving process, that now you realize that this relationship has died.
Yes.
That it's over. Yes. That's the tears. So those of you who are asking, why does she cry? That's part of the process. That process, when you really realize, wow, it's dead. It's gone. Something that we had that was so beautiful, and things that we did together, things that we made, and businesses that we started, and house that we created, and cars that we bought, and everything that we just, now it's gone. And it's gone.
Yeah. Jesus. Doc, let's reset this room, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. This is the Natasha Simona sequence. Shout out to everybody on Clubhouse that's listening. We've got Dr. Ryeal, a.k.a. the relationship scientist, a.k.a. you got to be my big brother now. I'm adopting you. That's it. Shout out to everybody that's here watching us live on Instagram. If you are listening on Clubhouse, we are live right now on Instagram. And for those of you watching on Instagram and you want to move around and put your phone in your pocket, just hop on over to Clubhouse. If you don't know what my Clubhouse name, you can follow myself. I'm Natasha Simona. And Doc, you I didn't think I was really going to get into that story, so my heart is beating a little bit. I saw you drink a little bit of your green juice, so you got to give me a moment here. you know something, as I'm opening myself up now, wide open, as these kids say, I'm busting my heart wide open.
Yes, yes.
I needed that moment, right? That moment that we just discussed to test
Absolutely.
myself on, am I really done? And a lot of times I get tested by people. People always say, you always talk about him. You always say he's handsome, he's this, he's that. I don't think you're over him. And I'm like, no, I'm done. Like he could stand in front of me naked. And I can always say he's the most beautiful man I've ever seen, but I'm done. And
That's right.
that moment really tested, he was here for a week. I could have thrown it back for
Wow.
a week, but I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Hello? Okay.
Wow.
And so in that moment, I knew I was really ready to explore the options that possibly await me. And this chapter is officially completely done. Um, can we talk a little bit about online dating? Because, the the communication is different. There's different languages. And, are you I don't, an advocate is not a word, but do you co-sign online dating? And can you give us some just how do we make the connection through the screen and words? Because I met
Yeah.
somebody, I met someone online, and boy, that's a whole nother story for another night.
Yeah, I think it's really important to when we are doing the online thing. I think it's really important to learn, especially if you're face chat, right? I think
Wait,
it's
what did you
really
just say? Face
important.
chat?
Yeah, if we
No,
face chat,
Doc.
is that not the word? I'm late. I'm too old. I'm what?
Yeah,
What's it called?
Doc, you are part of my geriatric community at this point by you calling it face chat. It's called
What's it called?
FaceTime.
Oh,
And
FaceTime.
Doc, I
Okay.
won't be so hard on you. I'll take
Okay.
that
All
back,
right.
kind of. But you say something crazy again, I'm throwing you right in the corner.
All right. It's FaceTime.
Yeah,
FaceTime.
no, yeah, for the iPhone users, it's FaceTime.
Yes,
But
it's
video
FaceTime.
chatting. We'll say
Okay.
video chatting. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, video chat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's really important. And you know what? I think it's really important too. Even with that, I think it's important to learn some body language too as well, because that'll help us, when we're actually having that articulating with each other and having that conversation. I think too that'll help us a lot. Thank goodness for this now, right? Because back in the day, it was just letters, right? You just sending letters to
Oh,
each other,
Doc.
right?
Do people,
Yeah.
can I, Doc, can we sidebar and open one tab here? Let's come back to
Yes, go
this.
ahead. Absolutely.
I like your way with words. I like you're like a there's a word for the people who fall in love with words. You've got a way with your words. It's quite
Yes.
enticing.
Sapiosexual.
Hello, I like it. Doc, can I be like a test subject? Can I be a client of yours of some sort? Can you just take me in as a little sister and just find me a friend? Hello?
Yes, absolutely. I've done that
Hello.
many times. I've done it many times.
Okay. All right. All right. So we'll get back to that. So yeah, so the
Okay.
online dating, body language and writing and let's pick up from there. Okay, come on.
Yeah, yeah. Body language is really important, and actually sending real letters to each other
Like with
as
your
well.
handwriting, right?
Handwriting.
Mm,
Yeah, absolutely. Oh,
mm,
you would be shocked even today because of the technology, and then you get a letter,
mm.
and the letter is actually
And it
it would
smells
just
like that person. You can
and have the
actually
smell
see,
too as well.
like
Yeah.
you can fantasize about like, wow, look at their handwriting. You put your hand over their words as you're reading
Yes.
every word. You touch every word, and it takes you to where they were at their.
Yes. I've had men. The minute I actually got a letter, And when
Am I
I
still
got
here?
a letter from her and read the letter, it had a real effect on me. I was like, wow. And he was just like, I read the letter 3 times. I was like, even though you guys
Plug
text
in my
and even
charger.
though you guys talk to each other. Yeah, absolutely.
Doc, am I still here?
Yeah, you're here. We see you. I hear you.
Plug it in and turn. I'm sorry. I interrupt this moment. There, something just happened. I'm sorry, Doc. Everybody just act normal. Doc, please give me 2 seconds to
Okay,
navigate this. I'm so sorry.
absolutely.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. My phone in the middle of what you were saying,
Yes.
it just blacked out. It literally just blacked out. So I'm sorry. We're some, technical difficulties here just happened. So
Okay.
I apologize for that. Anyway, give me the charger from the wall.
I
You
think
gotta
everybody
move quickly. From the wall over
heard
there.
when I was talking during that minute.
I hope so. I really
Yeah.
hope that everybody heard, because if they didn't, I really apologize.
Yeah. I'll repeat it. Just I've had men to tell me when they have gotten a written letter from their significant others or new friends, women that they were interested in, that it really had a major effect on them reading the letter. And one guy told me, he said, "Hey man, I read the letter 3 times." He's like, "Wow." And we actually see each other, on video. But she didn't tell me. She just sent the letter. And I opened the letter and I was like, "Hey, what is this?" And he read the letter and he was like, "Wow." He was like, "This really had an effect on me."
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And so I definitely recommend to, when you're doing the online, to eventually set up a date to see each other, right? Because you definitely want to make sure that everything is there. You want to make sure, when I talk about the chemistry, is really important, because what we don't talk about too, we talk about the positive online dating, but what we don't talk about too is that how sometimes we wait so long and we really love each other. We wait so long, but then when we finally see each other, there's no chemistry.
Oh my God, that is so underwhelming. And that's what scares me. I get scared, but luckily I have a couple of friends who, met their spouses online and they are happily married. That gives me hope. But I've met some people from online, and when I meet them in person, either they don't really look like the photo that they gave me.
Yeah.
They don't smell. I'm a smeller. Like, I want to smell you.
Yes.
I want to
right.
be able to, like and it's sad. And so it scares me because my schedule is very hectic. And so I have to kind of rely on either online dating or long distance dating. What are your thoughts on long distance? Is it one and the same? Do we put them both in the same bucket?
Yeah, because we definitely have to make sure that we are very active when it's a long distance. And that means talking to each other as often as possible, right? Gift giving as often as possible, right? And then sometimes too, what people discovered during the pandemic, some people have discovered, okay, and this is real. Some people have actually discovered sleeping on the phone with each other.
Oh, I've done that. And that's when I fell in love with this guy. I can't give the whole story right now. But Doc, the very first time I experienced that.
Yeah.
And then I can hear him snoring a little bit. And then like, I'm like, "Babe, wake up and put your phone on the charger."
Yeah.
And he's like, "It is." And I was like, "Okay," because mine wasn't on the charger. So I was like, maybe his isn't.
Yeah.
And we literally fell asleep together. And when we woke up, we were there together. It was
right. You wake up and go, "Good morning, good morning," which I've experienced that many times on Love Song, on my, on Clubhouse, on my show, Clubhouse. People wake up, "Good morning." Good
Doc,
morning.
I gotta have you back. I've taken more time than we told you would be here.
Yeah.
But you're just
Yeah.
so good.
Oh, it's cool.
Tell me.
And when we come back, we're going to talk about kissing and how kissing could break or make, and how kissing affects the way of it. It can manipulate all kind of things. You know, girl, I'm going to go over his house. I'm not going to do anything. And then you get a phone call and you're still over his house.
Okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question. What effect does someone's voice have on someone? Now, the voice effect. You speak on the phone. All we do is talk on the phone. Never met them. And then when you do, it's a let down. But before we get to the meaning part, the meaning of it, what effect does the voice have?
Yeah. Well, the voice definitely has a wonderful effect. There's been many studies. I'll tell you guys to look for a study of Helen Fisher, Dr. Helen Fisher, and she talks about the voice too as well. The voice definitely, it stimulates the VTA, part of our brain. And the frequency is something that carries our DNA. So when we are actually hearing one's voice, we're hearing these wave patterns, and these wave patterns actually is a part of our DNA as well. And that also helps the stimulation, and also, being that it's a wonderful voice. There was a study in Africa too as well. And the one who had the deeper voice and the bigger stick, S-T-I-C-K, got, the majority of the women. And the voice definitely impacts. I mean, think about the billion-dollar companies that make a whole lot of money off of just hearing someone's voice and being stimulated by that voice.
If you have any
billions.
recommendations for that company, I've got a big mic right here, and I've been told my voice does something, so I wouldn't mind getting paid for my voice.
Yes.
Doc, listen.
I've been told too as well.
Hello? Doc. Hello. Doc, don't do that.
Yes. Sorry. Okay. Make sure.
Oh, my hair got caught in my tree. Doc, listen, you this was I mean, I'm full. I'm like full. I'm excited. I saw someone write, we need full confirmation of when you were coming back, because we need an immediate part 2.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I would love to come back. Just let me know. I'm very passionate about what I talk about. And we could talk more too, about, especially kissing, and a little bit more about sex. And, you name it, I think I know it.
Okay.
And I'm not putting myself on this imperialistic pedestal. I love what I do, and I love sharing what I do. Absolutely.
Let's hurry up, because I got somebody to call, because I want to hear his voice sometimes. I just want to say hi. Were you watching my show tonight? I'm telling
you, man, the voice is, you got to be careful. That voice is dangerous. Absolutely.
Trust me, I know.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of us know, especially during the pandemic, a lot of us have tapped into that part of the brain when we hear those frequencies, when we hear those words. Just think about music. When you hear a good song, you get goosebumps because of the sound that goes into the VTA and activates the pleasure center. So when we're actually hearing one's voice, just recording artists, there's certain recording artists could sing a wonderful song, but then that right person sings that song and women will faint. Remember when you see concerts?
No, listen, Doc, it's that person that says my name properly.
Yeah.
I don't care about like nothing else, nobody else. You say my name right, Daddy.
Say my name, say my name.
Hello. You singing too? You a singer?
Yeah, I used to sing.
Hello?
Yeah, I did.
You need a part 3. Doc, first of all, we need to let everybody know where to find you. If you look at the drop down right now, everybody, you can follow him, _relationship_scientist. I will say it again, the THE_relationship_scientist is where you can find him on Instagram. Now, what is your Clubhouse name? Because I know you said you do a show on Clubhouse, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's also Dr. Ryeal on Clubhouse.
Ryeal.
Yes, Ryeal. And Sims, SIMMS. Dr. Ryeal Sims.
That's your Clubhouse.
Yeah, that's on Clubhouse.
Okay, so
and
Dr.
Instagram,
Ryeal,
the relationship scientist.
Ryeal. For everybody on Clubhouse that wants to find him right now, I want you to add him. So everybody listening on Clubhouse and for everybody watching live, his name is Dr. Ryeal Simms. Dr. Ryeal Sims. Go find him now. When is your next show? When can we catch you, please? Because I need more.
Yeah, it might be this Saturday. Might be this Saturday.
Okay, so we just got to follow you and wait for the notification.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'll work with my people to work with your people because you got to come back on because not only do I need to update you on how my findings are going, but we need to talk about kissing because kissing is my favorite.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about kissing, hugging, and some other things.
Hugging is my love language too. Like when I hug you, I don't care how much taller you are than me. When you hug me, like I want to feel our hearts beating as one. I want to smell your neck right here. And then I want you to look at me. I want our faces to be an inch apart from each other. And I want to inhale your exhale. And then I want to embrace, I want to lean into that hug again.
Yeah.
And I want to be held really, really close.
Wow.
And then I want to close my eyes. And I want to drop my shoulders. And I want to sink my head into your chest. And I want every single problem and worry to disappear while you hold me tight. Okay, everybody, thank you so much.
You just got a whole bunch of men like they fainted.
It was a moment.
Oh, that was totally awesome. Totally awesome. Yeah, I look forward to it. Just let me know. I enjoy it. Hey, I want to say you are totally awesome. I like what you do. You are great. You're just totally awesome. You're already there and you're just going to go further. You're going to go even higher than what you are. And you are just totally awesome. So
thank you, Doc.
Just let me know. Just definitely let me know. Okay. All right.
Hold on one second, Doc.
Okay.
Hold on one second. I'm sorry, Doc. Sorry.
No problem.
Okay. Sorry. A whole lot of technical stuff happening. Doc, I just want to say thank you so much. Before you go, what is your favorite color?
Blue.
Blue. Everybody right now, I want you to flood the chat with blue hearts. Blue hearts all over the place right now for the doctor. I want to see blue hearts. Doc, this is more than I expected. Honestly.
Wow. Well, we have a lot more.
I know you and I talked earlier, right? But this right here, like, I love you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for spending all the years in school and getting your Ph.Ds. and doing all your studying. And, this was so necessary. And, during this time, it's engagement season. It's a season of, thinking about, oh God, do I want to go back? I don't want to show up to the Christmas party and the Hanukkah party and, all these, it's New Year's Eve. Who am I going to do the toast and kiss with? So, we need you back for sure before the end of the year. Hello.
Yes, absolutely.
There goes all those blue hearts for you. In the meantime, tonight I will be
all the blue hearts.
All the blue hearts there for you. We are so grateful. In the meantime, tonight I will spend the rest of my night, on the dating app, because you have to talk to me about body. Oh, there's so much. Okay.
Yeah. We want to talk some more about the body language and what to look for when we're on the apps and stuff. All right. And two. We talk about the pupil when we're actually talking to someone, and to look at the pupil and to tell what that pupil is actually saying.
Can you say? I need to know what my pupil is saying. Hello?
Well, yeah, yours is saying that you're having a wonderful time, that you are really enjoying the show.
Dr.
I love
Ryeal,
your personality, man. You're totally cool.
Dr. Ryeal, thank you so much for sharing your time with us tonight.
Yes.
I cannot wait to see you again, and we got some other stuff to talk about. But for now, I really appreciate you, and I can't wait to have you back.
Absolutely, I can't wait to come back. So I'm coming back tomorrow, right? No, I'm just kidding.
I was about to say, hello? Oh, real quick before you go, I just saw someone talk about insurance. Do you take patients, clients virtually?
Yes, I do take them virtually. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Doc, thank you. Have a good night. And I'll talk to you
soon. Thank you.
Hold on, here we go.
I had a wonderful time.
Thank you.
Yes. I had a wonderful, wonderful time. Rick said it too, man. He said, you can just have fun. And
thank you.
How can you not have fun with your personality? It's like totally awesome.
I don't know. I don't need people to be having too much fun with me. I'm trying to get married. So maybe one day I'll straighten up and be serious. I'm not a clown.
Absolutely.
I'm not a comedian. Thank you, Doc. I know. I appreciate you.
All right. Thank you so
much. Shout out to Rick. Thank
you, everyone. Thank you, everyone out there in the audience. I really appreciate it. And thank you for the loves and the hearts and the claps and the comments. And I guess I'll look at it again, and I could see the comments, right? Right? No,
unfortunately not. Unless you were screen recording the comments. Unfortunately, hopefully Instagram fixes that. They'll go away, because there was a lot of conversation going on. Yeah.
Oh, totally cool. Oh no, that's cool. I'm hoping it was positive, right?
People had a blast. It was definitely positive from what I could see. From my back office girl communicating with me. It definitely was a really, really good time. So, of course.
Great.
Okay, Doc.
Great.
We'll talk.
All right. Totally cool.
Okay.
All right. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Right. Bye-bye.
Shout out to the room. God, my clothes got all crazy. Shout out to the room. Everybody, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed this live as much as I did, please. Yeah, I see those blue hearts. Those blue hearts means everything. Dear Declan, yes, I see your message. Everybody, that's the show. That is the show. I am gonna go and sit in the bathtub. Don't forget to bring him that Boston cream donut. I'm bringing the doctor a case of Boston cream donuts. Okay, I'm bringing the doctor a case of Boston cream donuts. I want to thank all of you for stopping by. I want to thank everybody on Clubhouse that's listening to me live. Shout out to T-Phipps. T-Phipps says, Cash App my good sis tonight. If you really enjoyed what you saw here and you feel so inclined to tip me tonight, my Cash App is Golden Mommy. GOLDENMOMMY. That's GOLDENMOMMY over on Cash App. I do have Zelle and PayPal and everything else, so hit me up behind the scenes if you want the rest of that information, because I got to figure out how to put it in the link in my bio. Excuse me. But the link in my bio does have my Cash App. Hello. So if you enjoyed this show, feel free to tip the host, baby. Tip the host. Is there anything else that I'm missing? Because my battery is dying and I got to take this call because this call is Shout out to my whole entire back office team, and I want to say thank you to El Michelle and Rick Party for making this amazing connection happen. I want to thank my back office girl for holding me down and keeping me straight and focused over here. And I want to thank all of you, the chat liners that held down a whole separate part of the chat. So if you're not watching this on Instagram, I want to know, if you're not over here on Instagram, the chat, I call you guys the chat liners. You guys have your own separate chat conversation that's like a whole nother conversation that breeds a life of its own, and it's really super cool. And for everybody in the room here, but you're a silent watcher, I really want to thank you too. Thank everybody. Somebody says, who said that? Tosh, I need your Zelle. Oh, what's up, Lisa Michelle? Lisa Michelle, can you send Lisa Michelle? Just send me a DM. Send me a DM. Shout out to the room. I will be back here tomorrow morning, everybody. 4:30 a.m. Pacific, 7:30 a.m. Eastern is the morning show. The morning show is a whole different vibe. I get you up. I get you going. Start your day and end your day with me. I do have another show tomorrow. We've got a special guest tomorrow. Our guest tomorrow is Ray Lewis Thornton. And boy, oh boy, I can't wait to hear her story of triumph and still living with the monster called HIV/AIDS. And this woman is a pioneer. She said, this disease is not going to take me down, but I'm going to take it down. So tomorrow we have Ray Lewis Thornton walking in the door with us. So be prepared for that conversation. Thank you again to Dr. Ryeal Sims, the relationship scientist, for gracing our platform tonight and giving us everything we need to start off with, because he's definitely coming back for more to pour into us. And I think that's it. I back office girl, Rick Party. Am I done here? Can I release our friends? Everybody start getting your shoes on while I wait for back office communications. Excuse me. Everybody sit tight. I want to say a special thank you to everybody on the Transform with Tosh transformation to forever. We are completing 1 month today. Today marks our 1 month completion. I know it's something difficult that we all started during the holiday season, moments before Thanksgiving. And a lot of us, we got off the track a little bit because of Thanksgiving and all the yummy festive cultural foods that we wanted to eat. I want you all to know that this is not easy. It's not a fad, and it's not meant to be easy. If so, we all would be healthy and everything would be good to go, right? I am here. We're all here together. And because this is the first round, there's a lot of kinks and things. And I just want to say thank you for being patient. This is the first month. We got 3 more to go. Starting next week, we have the amazing Jennifer Nicole Lee, president and CEO of JNL Fusion. She is joining us, as the second month is going to be all about fitness and exercising and all types of stuff. And month 2 is definitely going to increase and kick up the challenge. So for everybody on the Transform with Tosh transformation to forever, rinse and repeat and until next week. And then we're going to incorporate the fitness into it. We'll get more into that. Everybody, thank you so much. That is my time. I have to jump into a meeting. The meeting called me twice. Woo! Good night, everybody. And if you need that cash app again, it's tip the host. Golden Mommy, GOLDENMOMMY. Thank you in advance, everybody, and my back office team, both Rick Party and my back office girl. Fun fact to my back office team, you both actually text me the same exact thing. Do you all want to know what it says? It says you're good to go. And on that note, I will see you all tomorrow morning. 4:30 a.m. Pacific, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, and we are back here for the evening show at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. 2 shows, 1 host, the Natasha Simona sequence, and that is me, Natasha Simona. Good night, get out, goodbye, get all your stuff out of my studio, get your shoes on, leave my glasses, and if you have napkins, throw it in the garbage, because why? That's disgusting. Goodbye, everybody.